Welcome to Casa de Confidence, a podcast for you. You'll hear some incredible women
and some awesome, cool dudes
going confidently in the direction of their dreams and living in the purpose of their heart.
You're our host,
Julie DeLuca Collins, and you are our sidekick. Hashtag handsome hot husband.
That again.
And the producer of the show.
That I am.
I am an author, speaker, coach, dreamer, and most of all,
we help people go in the direction of their dreams
and support them on their purpose. So pull up a chair,
grab a drink,
and make yourself at home because our casa
is your casa. Welcome back, or welcome to Casa de Confidence. My name is Dan.
And this is Julie DeLuca Collins.
Yes, Julie, I'm back.
You are back, living the dream.
Last couple episodes went out without, the great and mighty Dan.
That's correct.
Chatting with Julie at the beginning. So
I know.
And the 12 Days of Christmas you've been doing on your own.
We have some terrific people that we needed to highlight.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved being able to bring all these individual people to us. And we're doing some big changes in 2025, but we're not going to talk about that now.
We're going to talk about what went on in 2024.
In 2024, we had some incredible guests, and I am so grateful to every single person who tuned in and every single person who was part of the show, because I learned a lot.
Did you?
I did. I learned a heck of a lot from everybody who graced us with their presence and the individuals who gave up of their time and their expertise to be able to help touch the lives of others. And
hey, I might have learned a thing or two also.
Yes. What did you learn?
Don't put me on the spot like that. I learned a thing or two. I got to go back and look and see what I learned.
Well, how about we talk about our number 10 episode?
Ooh, we're gonna look at stats.
We are.
Are we going through the top 10?
We're gonna do a top 10.
We're gonna do a top 10. What is this a top 10 of? Top 10 of what people
most listened episodes. Yes. Our top most listened episodes.
Ooh, I love a good top 10 list. You know what? Did the episodes that you thought would be in the top 10 land in the top 10?
They did not.
Really? Some
did, I guess, but not all. Not all. I think that this is a good thermometer for us as to measuring the passions and the things that people really want to hear about. So I think we're going to definitely pivot from the things that maybe people like but don't love.
Okay.
Because we want to make everybody love it. But we're still going to be informational, educational, inspirational, and most of all, help you go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Wow, look at you. You got that in there. You know, the other thing is, too, a lot of times you expect something to be really cool. And it is. Every interview is really cool. You expect it to do really well, but it doesn't. And other ones you didn't expect do. And that's kind of like that thing, like, when I'm editing art for some of our clients, I'm like, I'm doing this or typing up the show notes, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. This is great. It looks visually stunning. I'm so proud of this. And I'll show it to you and you're like, but it's not what's going to attract people to listen to watch in like YouTube. I'm doing a thumbnail or something like that. And I'm like, but it looks so good. You know what? Sometimes you got to throw that away and you got to come back with something that's actually serving people. And in part of serving people is getting content up there for them to consume so they can learn things. And that's a thing. It sure is a thing. By listening and looking at the stats for these podcasts, for anyone doing a podcast or on YouTube, look at your data and see what people are listening to or watching, and then you'll know what they're looking for. And it's not necessarily always what you want to put out there.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah. It's just something to learn and adapt to. And that's cool. Sorry, I'm babbling on anyway. Hey, Julie.
Yes, Daniel.
I said I love a top 10. Let's
you
do
love
a top 10.
Well, first of all, I just want to give an honorable mention to still our most popular episode of all time.
Of all time?
Of all time. And you know what it is.
I know what this one is.
Okay. What episode would that be?
Well, I don't know the episode number, but I do know it's Corinne Crabtree.
It sure is. Corinne Crabtree, the no BS woman. She still comes in at number 1. She's episode 57. And Corinne is someone who has been influential in my life. I talk about her in my book, Confident You, Simple Habits to Live the Life You Have Imagined. But she has a membership, the No BS group, and we talk about how she influenced me, not only in my weight loss journey, but also has been my coach and very influential in getting me in the personal development and getting me started in coaching. So incredibly grateful. Some of the best friendships and relationships that I have not only come from my relationship with Corinne, but also from her membership.
And one of Corinne's best friends, Jane Pilger,
also another coach of mine.
Yeah, she is one of our clients, and I edit her podcast, Binge Breakthrough.
That's right. And she just dropped her book, the Binge Breakthrough book, which I highly recommend individuals to get.
Absolutely. You should go out and check that out.
And we also have an episode with Jane, so I'm going to link that. I'm going to link all the episodes in the show notes, but Corinne is definitely our top of all time. Now, Dan.
She's our goat.
She's our goat. So
as far as episodes. So, Julie.
What city in the United States do you think is our top city that people listen to? You won't guess it. I will tell you now.
You don't think I'll guess it?
No, take a guess.
I am going to guess Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina?
Yeah, that one.
No, it's Houston, Texas.
Houston,
Texas.
It's not New York City?
No, New York City didn't even make the top 10. But Texas made the top 5 cities twice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Houston is number 1. Seattle, Washington.
Wait a minute, this is a whole nother top 10 list.
Oh, Dallas, Columbus, Ohio, Minneapolis, and Colorado.
Colorado's not a city.
Oh, okay. Colorado. Hold on. Centennial, Colorado.
Centennial?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, New York City is like top 12, but and then our top country after the United States is Canada.
Canada?
Mm-hmm.
How about number 3? Australia.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 4.
And you know why Australia is number 3?
Because it's down under. God, you're so predictable.
Whenever you interview somebody from Australia, you can't help but say down under.
Okay. So after Australia, what do you think is the next one? After
Australia, it's got to be, let me think, the UK.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that?
It's pretty good, right?
It's pretty good.
I'm a pretty good guesser.
Okay. So what's next?
Let me think.
It's a country I would move to.
A country that you would move to, Ireland?
Yes. Look at you. Ding, 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 ding. Oh my God. You're like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will say number 6, but it's South Africa.
I was going to say South Africa for the
you
last
were
guess.
Not.
I
you
was
were not.
Totally going to say that. It must be in my brain from looking at the stats.
Really?
So I do my research, babe.
You do your research. Okay.
Anyway.
Well,
all right. So top episodes.
Our top episode. Well, I'm not going to tell you what number 1 is yet, but I will say there's been a theme. Productivity has definitely been a theme. And I love talking about productivity. And one of our top guests coming in at number 10, Mr. Productivity, Mark Struczewski.
Hey, I think you got the name right, Julie.
Oh my goodness. I hope so.
Your Achilles heel.
Mark shared his thoughts on the importance of studying books, gamifying productivity, and embracing clarity to achieve success. And he also shared his unique approach to productivity. he draws from his personal experience and the lessons he learned along the way, which is the same thing that I do when I talk about productivity. And my Pomodoro episode, my solo episode, was episode number 9. Now, episode number 10 is episode 257 that dropped in June 10th of 2024.
It's actually, which episode?
Episode 247.
You said 257.
Okay, well,
It's 247 for those confused.
247, who are those confused? But we're going to have it on the show notes. People can go to the show notes.
Of course.
So, anyway,
what's number 9?
Number 9, I just said that, is the Pomodoro episode. My solo episode.
Oh, your solo episode. Oh, that's the next downloaded episode?
That's the next top downloaded episode.
I was confused.
You were cornfused.
So number 10 was Mark Strzerzewski. Number 9 was your solo episode.
Yes. And, making solo episodes was something that I really, really, really enjoyed. Specifically because I think I have a lot to say. And sometimes why are you laughing?
Nothing. Because you have a lot to say.
Wow. Unbelievable. Listen, I love being able to talk about things that I'm passionate about, and productivity is one of them. And talking about the Pomodoro method, which is something that has helped me tremendously in my own life, is something that I hope that people can take away and also use, because sometimes and this goes back to what Mark was saying with gamifying productivity. The Pomodoro is just using a timer for 20 minutes and doing these quick sprints in which you're doing one task for 20 minutes and try to get as much of it done. And then you give yourself a break in between. So I love talking about that. And I talk more about it in that episode.
Cool.
And guess what number 8 is?
Number 8.
Yes, this is episode 232. And it was published on February 18th and is the episode, The Intuitive Journey from a Legal Career to Spiritual Wisdom, with Angie D. Lemire, which I love this episode. She emphasized about mental health, awareness, and the power of intuition in decision-making. And she shared her personal story on how her intuition saved her from danger.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I love Angie, and she is in the UK. So she is a wonderful individual. She's doing some incredible things in the world. And we also talked about Byron Katie's 4 questions to be emotional free, for the emotional freedom technique. And we discussed practical tools to help to dismantle those limiting beliefs that that help keep us from embarking on the path of emotional freedom. And I know that this is definitely a theme that many of our other guests shared with us. And we had multiple other individuals that shared the EFT technique with us. So we will link some of those as well.
Cool. All right. How about number 7?
Okay.
Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7. Okay. So number 7 is actually one of 2 brothers that we hosted. And I wonder if I should. A cool dude came in number 7.
That's 2 already.
That's 2 already. I want to say that both Solomon and Samuel, who are brothers, the Timothy brothers, were incredibly giving and powerful in what they talked about when it came to the power of personal brand and also marketing, which is something that definitely we are always learning and growing and finding ways in which we can become better. Because first of all, personal brand is one of the things that I believe everyone needs to know more about and needs to be able to embrace in their journey, whether it be someone who is a speaker, someone who is a coach, someone who has a business, or someone who is just a private person. Your personal brand is really driven by your values and understanding what sets you apart. So again, that episode by Solomon Timothy is personal branding, which is released in January, Dan.
January.
It released in January 29th. and it's episode 228. We talked about how personal branding is
your
a
secret weapon
for growth.
Business growth.
Absolutely.
With Solomon Timothy.
And we talked about the effectiveness of email marketing, which I love. Email marketing is one of the most important things that one can do in your business. And he also advocates for making a first approach to business. And I love his expertise. Has been definitely someone who I've learned a lot from in the past year. I like to go through his content. He has some great offers. And I encourage the listeners also, if you're looking to improve your personal brand and really be able to learn more about marketing, this is a great place for you to go in and learn more from our guest, Solomon.
All right. Who's number 6?
Wait a minute. 10, 9, 8. No, that's number 8. Number 7 is next.
That was number 7.
Okay, so Mr. Productivity was 10.
Mm-hmm.
Pomodoro is 9.
Mm-hmm.
Personal brand is 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Angie. No, never mind. 8 is Angie. That's 7. Okay, so you're right. I'm wrong. Jeez.
What was that?
That hurt me.
No, can you say it one more time?
No, I'm not going to say it again.
Well, you know what? I just recorded it. I'm going to copy that, paste it.
And you're going to put it as your ringer?
It's going to be my ringer.
It's going to be in your ringer.
Yeah. Actually, it's going to appear in episodes in the future.
Nice.
So just randomly. Yeah. I think that'd be nice.
Well, excuse me, everybody, as I cough in your ears, but Sjogren's cough variant asthma seems to be part of the theme of the year for me here. Okay. So the other episode that was highly rated.
Number 6.
Yeah. Well, this was not a guest episode. It was a personal episode, a solo episode.
Another solo episode.
Yes. And this was how to live the life of your dreams.
Sounds like a theme.
Well, this episode really was something that I wanted to discuss specifically because I think that we have the power, and this goes back a little bit back to the Angie episode, right? We have the power to decide to be able to say and chart our course and to live the life of our dream. It's about the choices that we make, and it's about the things that we believe that we can do, because our mindset and our thoughts really empower our actions. And that's something that we unpacked. And it's a short episode. It's 11 minutes, Dan.
It's an easy listen.
It's an easy listen again. And I really enjoy doing solo episodes. And you will be seeing a lot more of that in the coming year.
How to live the life of your dreams.
Yes, life of your dreams, indeed.
That was all the way back in January.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, January. Let me see. What episode number is that?
I don't know if we put a number in that. Did we put a number in that?
Anyway, you can go back to January.
You can go back to January, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next episode that I want to talk about.
We're in our top 5 now. It's exciting.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, is friend of the show. I have been on her podcast, and she and I are actually, here's a little coming event. She is hosting a big bundle of great goodies that she's going to be sending out to everyone. And I am going to share that information for this bundle where you can get lots of really great tools. But in this heartwarming episode of the podcast, I hosted my friend, Dr. Christiane Schroeder. And she had a dream of delivering a TED Talk. She's working through that. She also talks about how she walks her listeners through self-care, and really the discussion centered around facing fears and the importance of identifying our weaknesses. Of course, self-care was part of the conversation, but we explored holistic living, interconnectedness between our mind, body, and soul. And this is definitely a theme that we had with many of our other guests. The episode is one where we also highlight, and this is episode 247 as well.
As well?
As well. Did we mess this up?
Did we? You do the numbering.
Oh, well, I guess it was me. June 3rd is when this dropped. It dropped on my sister's birthday. But this is, again, something that I love. The power of gratitude is another topic that we discussed with several of the guests, but this is something that definitely we touched on with Christiane. And she's a great partner, a great person that I love to collaborate with. And this is something that I encourage you. Go into the year with great people to connect with, great people to collaborate with, so that you can be confident in your life. We need to find people that come alongside of us and help us and support us.
Cool.
All right. Next episode.
Hold on. Just for those people who are confused, Christiane Schroeder is episode 247. And now you can find Mr. Productivity as 247-B.
That's hilarious. Thank you, Daniel.
I just updated that because you know what that means?
What?
That every episode after that is going to have to be changed. So,
oh, Lord.
So he is 247B now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump into the next episode that really very insightful. And relationships, like I said, are important. And not all relationships can have a wonderful outcome. There's some challenges that we can encounter in relationships. And we hosted Vanessa Martinez on the podcast. And Vanessa talked about betrayal. And she is a betrayal recovery specialist. And we talked about the impact of betrayal because at one point or another, sadly, all of us will encounter something like that. We also talked about the unique nature of relationships and the recovery process. We talked about the challenges and opportunities in overcoming betrayal and her personal, very compelling story in how, again, she was able to have a heart-to-heart with herself, with her friends, her community, and continue to live her life despite encountering a betrayal by someone she loved. So, yeah, did you enjoy that episode with Vanessa?
Yes.
She's incredible. I really loved her, and I continue to be a fan of her work and continue to be a fan of the things that she shares because she's incredibly insightful. Now, I will say that because relationships are important and transformation is important, everybody has a secret that keeps you from being your fantastic self, and that is self-doubt. And sometimes the self-doubt comes from the pain that we've encountered. Our next episode was the episode with Jill Schultz, who talked about really unleashing authenticity. And we are going to self-doubt, but we can start conquering the challenges. And she shares how she did that and how she turned her pain into purpose. She shared her message in her book, and she began to live her life unashamedly, and she allowed herself to be that true person. And that's a powerful testament to the strength that we each hold within each other. So Jill was incredible.
And she was number 3.
Her. What?
She was number 3.
She
most
sure
popular
was. And now we have a tie for number 2.
A tie for 2?
A tie for 2.
Does that mean one of them is number 1?
No, it means that they both had.
So there's 2 number 2s. So this is actually a top 11 list.
Oh my God, Dan, really? You got to be really specific on that?
Of course.
Oh my God. Okay, well, the episode that is tied for number 2.
The 2 episodes.
The 2 episodes. One of them is also talking about relationships. And the other one is talking about relationships, but different types of relationships.
Ooh, 2 relationship episodes.
Okay. So The first episode that I want to share with you is the secrets to deeper intimacy. Just like Vanessa's episode was very touching and people really resonated with that. We also touched on the other part, and Dr. Stephanie Bathurst talked about intimacy. She is definitely, she's a therapist, and she helps individuals go towards a journey of fulfilling relationships, sexual empowerment. And our conversation was very enlightening because she does couples therapy and sexual intimacy coaching. And her story is not just inspiring, but is a testament, again, like our other guest, of the power of pursuing one's passions. And it's not just a passion for somebody else, but it's a passion for what we believe and what we feel strongly about. And our intimate relationships require patience, ongoing willingness to confront uncomfortable things and truths, and it will reward us with more deeper connections. And that's a lot of what we talked about with Dr. Stephanie Bathurst.
And that just goes to show you, everyone likes a good episode about sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Not just about sex, it's about intimacy.
Well.
And when you are intimate with somebody.
Yes.
Intimacy.
That's right. Now.
So that was the two?
That was one.
That was the one.
And now the other one that helped. And by the way, I've been seeing some of really, really great stuff that our next guest organization has been doing. The name of the organization is Girl Same. Well, that's the name of her podcast, but the name of the organization is the Hot Mess Express. And this is Brittany Tran, who started an organization in which she's on a mission to help other women know that they're not alone. And this is, again, the voice behind the top podcast, Girl Same, and the nonprofit Hot Mess Express comes in and helps women who may be struggling, right? She's creating safe spaces for women. Mm-hmm. Also, you know, some of us are going to have times in which we need help. And this is where we need to have a cure for loneliness. And what Brittany does is she brings individuals to come alongside of women who are struggling in a guilt-free me time, so that, you know, for instance, if I'm having a struggle with my house and I'm just don't know what to do first, second, or third, Brittany helps to organize individuals that are going to come and no shame, come to help you, come alongside of you and walk you through really becoming a better version and helping you do something as maybe doing your laundry or cleaning up, stuff that needs to be done that sometimes we just don't have the bandwidth, but we need other girlfriends to come alongside of us. And, we can't do this alone, friends. It's all about the relationships, the communities that we create. Mm-hmm. And I love learning about her work. I love learning that she saw a need in her communities and she helps with her organization, other women tackle their messes without shame. And we all have them. We all have these instances in which sometimes we just need someone to help us.
Cool.
So.
I know number one.
You know number one?
I think I know the number one episode.
Oh, I am curious to see if you know number one.
I'll give you 2 words.
Okay.
Burnout.
I think that is abso-freaking-lutely correct.
You think so?
I think so. I know so. Mm-hmm. Because burnout is definitely a topic that resonates with many high potentialites, many neurodivergent, and many individuals who are juggling so many different things. And I want to encourage the listeners that if this year has been a year in which they've been juggling a lot of things, to help to recalibrate. And by the way, our episode on burnout, that is our top episode with Tara Hayslip, is not the only episode where we talk about burnout. There's some incredible guests who we share tips and tricks and best practices to overcome that burnout.
Well, I like this one because it's titled, How Can You Overcome Burnout and Find Your True Passion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
with Tara Hayslip.
We, of course, talked a little bit about...
Are we saying your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
We also talked about the book by Mark Woyland, who I've mentioned in several episodes, which is It Didn't Start With You. And that's the book where we talk about epigenetics and how it doesn't mean that it's all about us. There's a lot of times that we're carrying trauma and difficulties that come from other things. We also talked about the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And meditation practices are some of these things and tools and tips that have helped many of our guests to be able to live that confident life. We also talked about many of our episodes. We talked about Reiki practitioners. We talked about shadow work. We also talked about the individuality that we have in doing our inner work, how it is a practice and it's not a destination. And I want to encourage listeners that as we wrap up this year and begin another one, that you remember that our life, our journey to confidence, our journey to living the life that we imagine is not about getting there. It's about doing the work and knowing that it's not a straight path. It's going to be an up and down, but the journey is so worth it because everything that you pick up along the journey is going to help you become a better version of yourself, and it's going to empower you to create a greater impact in the lives of the people around you and the people in this world, because our world needs the gifts that we all bring to the table.
Cool.
So that's our top 10, Dan.
That's a pretty good top 10.
And I will, like I said, I had some incredible people that I loved, people who I partner with, and people who I will always think about and remember. For instance, Angel Tucci. She is someone that is doing some incredible work and has introduced me some incredible people who are part of the podcast. Of course, we have women like Andy Lyons, who is helping women not be caged by their age. We also talk about dismantling the demon of self-doubt. We talked about humor. We also talked about how to ground yourself. And of course, we have episodes that help us, like Barbara Aerosmith, who help us rewire our brain. And
I could go for a little sprucing up in the wiring department right about now.
Well, I want to encourage you that if you are looking for how to face your fears, how to help your kids with anxiety, how to work through your own anxiety, how to be able to learn how to create that legacy, that you go in and you start to settle back and listen to some of the incredible individuals that have graced us. And if you know someone that you would love to hear on the episodes coming up in this coming year, share it with us on social media. And remember that it's not about doing the work alone. It's about creating community. And for that reason, I want to encourage you of two things, Daniel.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to encourage you to attend as well.
All right, go ahead.
Number one, I want to encourage you to attend the Confident You CEO retreat.
Really?
Because
I can come?
You can come. And it's about planning and being intentional. Because we all are coming in with our luggage, our baggage from the years past. But if we can create intentionality and plan, we can really have more power over the things that we do. And we can create better habits for our new year. Yeah. And of course, if you continue to go through the new year, I want to encourage you to find a community that loves and supports you. And I hope that perhaps you consider joining us in the Confident You Mastermind. The Confident You Mastermind is a 6-month term that you can continue to renew, but it is a time for you to come alongside other people who are highly committed to making an impact in the world and are committed to helping people be empathetic, be people who overcome challenges with growth and grit, and are really focusing on what matters, breaking down the barriers that we may encounter, but also leading ourselves to true self and personal growth. So join us, come to the mastermind, see if it's for you. For the month of January, we're going to have an open house. So you are welcome to drop by and find out what a community of experts and friends can help you accomplish in 2025.
Very cool. Well, it's been an incredible 2024, and I'm looking forward to even better 2025 with you.
With you, Daniel. And
I was talking to the listeners.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Fine.
Well, it's not always
I guess
about
it can't
you.
all be about me.
That's true. So, and, I'm looking forward to time with you also.
Well, I'm looking time with you also, my love.
So, happy holidays, everybody.
Yes, happy holidays. And don't forget, at the beginning of the year, I'm going to talk about my word of the year. And all of these episodes will be linked in the show notes. And if you are looking for some incredible gifts from these individuals, we will also link their website where they have some free resources for everyone. And if you haven't had an opportunity to listen to the show, I encourage you to do so and leave us a review, because your reviews help others find the right tools that they also need in their journey. And if you have not read my book, Confident You, leave me a comment on social media and say Confident You, and I will send you a free copy of my book, Confident You.
And don't forget to put in the comments, hey, where's the second book?
Oh my God. Goodbye, Daniel.
So,
Nice.
Everybody, we love you. You know what? We have challenges. We have joys. We have so many great experiences in life. Don't forget to share those and make sure you leave the world a better place than you found it.
That's right.
Are you going to do the tagline?
And don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
And Happy New Year. Thanks for listening to Casa de Confidence. We thank you for listening, and if you want more, go to casadeconfidencepod.com. Check Julie out on her socials as Julie DeLuca Collins. And you can also check out her website at goconfidentlycoaching.com. Have a great week, and don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all, but the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business, push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the six-figure business you've been looking for. Pause and get off the hamster wheel if you've been spinning around. This is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind.